ever. And many of those pieces, hence these earrings as well, are recreations of her original pieces that were tens of thousands of dollars. In fact, many times when Joan comes in, she'll bring the original pieces and then she'll have the price, you know, the tags along with them. And my goodness, it's like, oh my, how can anyone afford these pieces? But they do. She is such an amazing, genuine line and a great clientele. And so to have these recreated in simulant diamonds from the originals for $14.95, are you kidding? It is. This is like the perfect finish. It's called Janet's, and this is designed after one of Joan's favorite clients. In fact, many times she'll also, when she does the look-alike for us here at HSN, she'll ask for their permission, like, I know these are your diamonds, Janet, but can I put your name on the air when I design them in, you know, in my HSN collection? And in this case here, she said, absolutely, why not? All right, these have been super, super popular on the day today. You have your choice of either the cushion cut or we have your round brilliant. And each one, as far as dimensions, these are gonna be, when we say the carat weight, it's just over 4 carats. That's exactly what the diamond weight would be. So it would be like 2 carats in a round brilliant diamond in each ear, or 2 carats of a cushion cut solitaire with the halo around it in each ear. So a dream come true, the final finish, you better believe it. They're 1/2 inch in length, they're 1/2 inch wide, and one other thing I wanted to show you was the butterfly backings that Joan includes. So they're beautifully balanced, they're much, much more, they're larger, so they're easier to hold, and they're much more secure. And that's what gives that perfect proportion, because these being 2 carats, they'll lay nice and flat against your earlobe. How many of these now remain? Because I know these were originally $40.45. This is a dream come true. What woman in a million years wouldn't love to have a 2 carat solitaire in each ear? And biggest decision here is, do you want to go with the cushion or do you want to go with the round brilliant? Brilliant, when we say round brilliant, is typically what's going to more facets, it gives off more sparkle. But the cushion in a perfect flawless simulant diamond, it's going to give you that same effect. So where I would recommend, if you want sparkle, sparkle in a real diamond, you would go with the round. The cushion's gonna be a little bit more expensive. But in CZs, either or, if you love that softer look of a cushion, you're gonna get just as much brilliance, because this is the finest quality rough that they use in simulant diamonds to bring out the most dispersed color and fire. 090-426, not $40.45. How about that? $2.99 over the next 5 months. I like that. And they look so pretty on you, Victoria.